Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. We are streaming. We're live. Hello, comrades, and welcome to episode number 259 of the Terminus podcast. I'm your host, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. With me, we'll go from the top. There's only one other person here with me. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ryan. You might know me as 2026 Productions. I am here with Ellis today with the grand, amazing, fun game known as Rolling Line.
That's true. I think the centerpiece of today's episode is going to be the fact that Rolling Line just got multiplayer, and if I can get through the tutorials, we're going to be trying that out. But in the meantime, we are going to be talking about railroad news and shenanigans. I am still getting things set up for this. I'm just going to put that right there. We've got the weekly timetable thumbnail because I have not settled down to figure out another one yet. So I'm going to find something to ruminate on. People are posting numbers already. People, I mean, I don't get me wrong. It's been the same way for many years, so it does not surprise me that that people are just like, bam, gonna throw those numbers in there, gonna make the guess to try to get on. But I was gonna pick on a railroad news topic, but Falco is in the audience, so I'm going to let him in and see what he's wanting to talk about.
I took a second and read the rules.
Well, welcome to the show. Do you have a railroad news item or something that you'd like to discuss? Doesn't necessarily have to be a news item. What's up with you?
So the St. Louis and Iron Mountain Railroad.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've mentioned this in the server already. They're not only redoing the restorations, like restoring a lot of their equipment.
Mm-hmm.
But they're also repairing a lot of the track and expanding the railroad further to another town instead of just going to the middle of nowhere.
Okay, so the St. Louis Iron Mountain and Southern is a little what's the word? It's a little heritage railway. It's in Missouri?
Yes, southeast Missouri.
Okay. And what do they do currently? Tell me about the railroad.
Currently, they primarily just do passenger service, like short excursions.
Okay.
Oh, nothing special, but they are thinking about doing freight for a few companies in town.
Oh, there we go.
That'd be pretty cool. Hey, I love to see branching out and doing stuff like that. We always sort of have a laugh about the WWF having a revenue customer, quote unquote, because the main locomotive Machine Works is along their line.
They actually, as soon as they get the line to the next town, they already have a freight locomotive to do the runs. They're not going to be using their, I want to say it's an F7 that they have. They're not going to be using that on the freight runs. That'll be excursion. They have a General Electric 44-tonner, I believe.
Okay. Press Control to toggle between the three different move speeds. Okay. Whoa! This is a ridiculous tutorial. I just got to say that. How long is the Iron Mountain and Southern?
Currently, it's
is it longer than its name?
I'm
just St. Louis Iron Mountain and Southern. It goes on.
It doesn't stop.
But you said it's 7 miles?
Yeah, it is 7 miles long at the moment.
Okay. That's pretty substantial. That's 2 Strasburgs almost.
The only problem with the railroad at the moment is, like I said, it goes to the middle of nowhere. Because they lost a lot of their trackage. I believe it was both flooding and then it wasn't just maintained as well as they should have been maintaining it. So they lost like 5 miles of trackage that they're going to try and take back.
lost it like
Oh, so
to washouts. You
Yeah,
mean?
to washouts, maintenance.
okay, so from what I see, this railroad has. Oh, this railroad has the Penzi E7.
Yeah, E7, not F7, E7.
Oh,
Yeah,
see, I
okay,
was
this
gonna
yeah this
say.
rail yeah okay so yeah this railroad has the Penzi E7. Looks like this railroad also got the former Crab Orchard and Egyptian number 5, which
Yes,
is
which I'm
mega
actually
mega
helping
based.
to restore. I'm actually.
Oh, that is mega based. Um, Amazing. By the way, Ellis, do you want me to invite you to a multiplayer game?
I'm still trying to I'm still trying to look at the tutorials here. There are 13 tutorials, which is quite a few. Um,
Oh,
uh,
just another thing that I know about the St. Louis and Iron Mountain right now. They actually just recently finished restoring their passenger cars to look better than they did.
I mean that's good. That's a good step in the right direction, I feel like.
And
I was going to say,
number five at the moment is it's not a restoration to Steam currently. We've actually transitioned to a cosmetic restoration to get it more into limelight.
hold on, I'm going to need to turn down the. I need to open my volume mixer and turn down rolling line because it's as low as it gets without it being like no volume at all, and it's still louder than both of you. Um, all right. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm trying to learn here. Uh, and I was gonna say like, yeah, an F unit is a perfectly cromulent engine to move freight, but if they have an E unit, that's a little different.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, it looks like I mean I know this railroad because I know Trains Magazine ran a big piece because there's not many E7s in operation. I think Iron Mountain actually has the only one.
I've actually
Um,
had the honor whenever I was younger to get a cab ride in their E7.
yeah, I'm
wait.
definitely glad that
Oh,
y'all took on the project of restoring the coaches because I found a photo here
oh no.
of the E7 hauling. Those look like former Lackawanna MUs.
Yes, they're
Uh,
actually they're Erie Lackawanna, but the railroad bought them from the Crab Orchard whenever they got
yeah,
the number 5.
yeah. Because they're currently, from the photo I've seen, they're currently coated in graffiti. So I'm glad that there's been a push for a beautification project. Always nice to see.
They actually
Uh,
the main reason why they did it was number 1, heritage, of course, and number 2, primarily they got a grant from the I want to say it was Sorala or the Missouri Railroad Historical Society or something like that.
oh, there
Association,
you go.
maybe. They got a huge grant from it, and they were like, "Well, it's not enough to restore number 5, but it's too much to do something else. So let's do the passenger cars."
Fair enough.
Better than having them in a cocoon.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Was there anything else that you wanted to touch on? And I noticed we have two people in the audience. If anyone in the audience has something that they want to bring up, a railroad news item, or really a railroad anything, um, railroad adjacent shenanigans, you're welcome to put your hand up, and we'll transition from one segment to another. I'm going to try to keep this flowing a little bit, and again, this is only our second test. I'm going to try to run one of these just about every week from here until the end of the year, and at the end of the year, I'll make a decision on what exactly we're going to do with the Terminus podcast going forward.
Ooh.
Um, Notably, we don't have a locomotive versus segment in this edition of the podcast, and we're gonna have to make that up somehow. We can't just keep going with no locomotive verses at all.
I would
Uh,
love to see that series come back.
yeah, so previously we've done it on Wednesdays. Previously we had like scheduled, uh, excuse me, sort of scheduled specific games that we were doing. But I did think about doing like somebody mentioned like a Saturday night fight night or something like that, where I just say, hey, we're going to do Locomotive Versus tonight, and whomever shows up,
Quickly get your trains
yeah,
together.
yeah, whomever shows up gets to play, and we just sort of tailor the game type. Like if we've got 4 people, we'll do double headers. If we got 5 people, we'll do a royale, stuff like that. Um, but if failing that, or we'll work something out. We'll work something out. Let's see. I'm looking back through to see if there's anything particularly interesting in the last week's worth of news, and really what
we
gets
we do have, as you point out, we do have 3 people in the audience, so we can call upon them.
well,
If
they are welcome to call upon us if they have something that they want to discuss, and Falco, if you weren't done, by all means, correct me.
No, I'm fine. I was just trying to find photos of the new passenger cars, the painting, that I could send over to you if this does end up being in the actual video. That we have
Well,
something
we are
to
currently streaming. We're live.
Oh.
If you want to put things in, put them in streaming and recording, and we'll figure out something more permanent in the future. I've been brainstorming, trying to think about how this is going to work. And of course, since we've got to mess with server architecture, I'll have to run it past the general public, but we'll make a decision. But yeah, I was looking through the list here. Aside from again, the big ticket item I think is Rolling Line getting multiplayer right now, but we've got we had
I know something.
What's up?
Something?
Do you mind if I hijack this for a moment?
I invite you to do so.
Strasbourg is running their first lightweight in history.
What?
Oh.
Yeah,
Like
so
freight
for the
or...
No, they're a lightweight passenger car.
Oh.
It's a guest car, isn't it?
Yes, they're going to be so as anyone can imagine, possibly the most busy time for a tourist railroad is going to be their holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for Christ's sake, the Valley Railroad does rehearsals for their North Pole trains. And Strasbourg, realizing that there's an opportunity here, they actually brought the former Penzi lightweight sleeper lounge, what is it? Colonial Crafts or Colonel Craft. I think it's Colonial Crafts actually. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Yeah, if you have an article, I wanna throw this in. I'm also
Colonial
looking
Crafts.
for
it. Well, the thing is, it was not an article, but it was announced on the Strasbourg website.
Okay.
Hold on, I can pull it up. Hold on. Let me pull it up real quick, and I will forward it to you. But this marks the first time in the Strasbourg Railroad's existence, in their, I think, 50 years of operation,
50.
that they're
I thought
that they're going
shorter.
that they're going to be here it is, Ellis. Straight from the horse's mouth. But this is the first time in Strasbourg's operating history that they're getting a lightweight for their Christmas trains. The Christmas trains are possibly like they're the kind of the big the last hurrah that the railroad will run before they shut down for the season. So they'll do your standard array of winter work, and then they'll run their I think it's called the Long John Limited during the January months. But nonetheless, they basically I think they're creating a whole new class of ridership.
Scum class.
Well, no, this is like, because essentially the whole reason they're bringing in Colonial Crafts is because their Philadelphia and Reading Observation, which normally serves as the President's class car, I think is down.
Oh.
Either that, or they're going to be running a 2-train service, and Colonial Crafts is going to act as that President's car. I'm not entirely sure, because on Strasbourg, I think the last time that they've run a 2-train service was in the summer months of a while ago, so we'll see.
I figured they would run 2-train service when they have like Thomas out, and Thomas would run half the railroad and then come short turns or something. That seems like what I would. I don't know why that's what comes to mind when I think Strasbourg operations. But yeah, that's that's really fascinating. I did I did hear about this loosely that we were getting a loaner coach
Oh,
at Strasbourg. Yeah,
Willie raised his hand.
Willie has his hand up. So, Falco, thank you for coming on the
I
show.
put
And if
those
oh,
I put those photos in streaming and recording.
okay,
If anybody's
for
interested.
anyone that that is following along, if you have fan rank in our Discord server, I am gonna do something. Um, I am gonna do something. I think, which is looking at the future of this show and how everything works. I might do a thing where, hey, we're live on YouTube. I might open it up to people who don't have fan rank just so that I can do like a, hey, if you want to, if you want to hop on the show, we're live right now. Go to theironhorseman.com/discord and it'll just send you to the Discord link and dump you into the server if you're not here already. That's a thought that I'm having. I just sort of want to advertise. I've been listening to a lot of car talk lately, and that's what made me want to do this. But all right, let's move on to the next. Falco, thank
See
you for
y'all
coming
later.
to the show.
Yep.
I'm gonna put him back in the audience and bring up his. Oh, I need to turn off streamer mode so I can actually see what usernames are. Willie, welcome to the show.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Been a hot minute, hasn't it?
Yeah, just a little while. So what is it that you bring to our table?
Okay, so I'm gonna post a link for the article on streaming and recording right now, so you can read along too.
Okay.
This is actually something that happened in my neck of the woods back in September, middle of September. There was a derailment in Wayne County.
Mm-hmm. Do you know whose derailment
basically,
it was?
Yeah, Canadian National.
Oh,
Because
okay.
CN has trackage rights in the Metro Detroit area.
Okay.
Because Windsor is literally right across the river.
Yeah, you've got that actually came up in our GeoGuessr game. We did GeoGuessr for our community playdate, which for those of you that are watching live and are not on the server, every Friday we do an open game night basically, and we vote on what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
And we did a GeoGuessr round, and because we have a couple of Canadians in the server, they were feeling a little bit lost in the United States, and so we did a Canada round, and one of them was in Windsor, and we saw the signs for like tunnel to United States, and it really helped us out with
Yeah.
where the heck we were. So yeah, so CN comes down out of Windsor, wrecks here in your town here.
Yeah, and it starts a fire. Let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like they literally pulled a Top Gear UK there. Like it's not over until something ends up on fire. But the good news is no one was injured. No one was killed, so that's great. But it happened near Van Horn Road and Ford Lane on September 14th. Around the first 911 call came in around 12:30, but not for the derailment itself, but for the bushfire that sparks from the train derailing actually had caused.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because and bear in mind this was in middle of September, so it was still pretty much like summer weather by that point. So it was pretty dry. Sparks and dry grass are not a good combination, and started up the fire. Took them a hot minute to put out, but thankfully no one was injured or killed, so that's great.
It does look like a pretty brutal fire here.
Yeah, I was going to say the freight cars look especially crispy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but thankfully they got the fire out and no one was hurt, so that's great.
That is great. You said this was in your town. Was this close to where you live?
No, not in my town. It's from my neck of the woods. I do live in Metro Detroit.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it was near you, but it wasn't concerningly near you.
Yeah, because I did just move back to Metro Detroit about a year ago.
Did this was it just sort of a brush fire? Did it threaten any structures?
Not that I can tell. I'm looking at the article right now. It doesn't. As far as we can tell, as far as I can tell anyway, it doesn't look like there was any like structural damage. It was mostly just brush fire, basically.
Okay. Well, I'm certainly glad nobody was hurt in this conflagration.
to quote a beloved to quote a beloved children's media. Luckily, no one was hurt.
Thankfully, no one was hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, no one was hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, but that does look incredibly brutal. Like it's like especially because what is it? It looks like freight cars were removed from their bogies. They look especially crispy. Yeah, I was gonna say this kind of gives me shades of what happened in what is it? New on the CSX mainline's Newport News, with that one coal train that kind of fell through the coal trestle.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I'm glad that there was no injuries reported here. Any word on the environmental damage, or is it minimal?
Not that I can see. It looks like it wasn't too extensive. You know, like obviously, you know, the cars were pretty crispy, but it doesn't look like it got very far, you know, from the pictures that I can see here. Like there's one that you can see towards the bottom of, you know, the firefighter in front of the bogies and the brush fires going, and it looks like they were able to contain it relatively quickly.
Okay, so
You know,
so it's good.
Yeah, and the train wasn't very long either. Apparently, it was only like about 6 cars. So, yeah. So it's probably like a local freight or something.
Sorry, I'm still doing these tutorials as well. This would be very different if I wasn't also trying to learn how to play this. I bought Rolling Line about, you know, when did we start the show? I bought it about 5 minutes before then.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm slightly distracted with all that, but yeah, we're not currently doing, and I meant to do, but we're not currently doing the Class 1 Mantle of Responsibility. That's something that I would certainly like to get back to, because that's a pillar of the show, and it's a good way to start off, and it's sort of like, for those that watch my Trains route building series, I start off every episode with playing not Tetris, and it's a nice amount of pad for it's a nice amount of pad to sort of get people in. You know, a lot of people have their little thing that comes up that says, "Hey, the stream will start in 10 minutes" or whatever. I don't know how to do that, so I play a flash game instead. All right, right click to pick up the edit tool once again, and that I think would be a good substitute for this.
Yeah.
The
By the way, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, you guys were talking about Strasbourg earlier, and you mentioned the Strasbourg Thomas unit. You know, I posted the pictures a while back when I did my trip to Greenfield Village, like a few months ago. And like the day that I went there, it was the first time I'd been there in like well over 10 years. And of course, first trip to Greenfield Village after moving back after 10 or 11 years away, it's on Day Out with Thomas.
That's
and
it haunts. It haunts.
And not only that, they actually have the Strasbourg Thomas unit there.
Aren't all of them owned by Strasbourg?
No.
At least
the in Steam one.
They brought the in Steam one there?
Yeah, the in Steam one. Yeah, the actual in Steam one. I've got a video of it. I probably post it in like streaming and recording in the Discord, but I don't have Nitro because I'm chronically poor.
Nah, that's okay. I don't have Nitro either. I didn't know that BEDT 15 was allowed to. I didn't know that that was allowed to leave Strasbourg.
Like if I had to guess, they probably like just leased it out for the event or whatever, and they probably like put it on the back of a wide load truck or something and moved it. But you know,
that's how they do it.
Yeah.
You ever see the pictures of Thomas getting kidnapped, quote unquote, and it's you know, it's Thomas going somewhere, and they've got the black bag over the face of the smoke box. That's that's a Strasbourg Thomas going on an adventure. You've got, and they have the steam powered one, which again I didn't realize could leave Strasbourg, but they've got the non steam powered ones.
They used to use the non steam powered ones when I went there to Greenfield Village for Day Out with Thomas when I was a kid, but you know, it looks like they've been got a deal with Strasbourg to use their in Steam ones, so you know, that's cool.
I'm just going to put this image in streaming and recording. Can somebody explain why Thomas has been playing paintball?
I have a Greenfield Village. I have Greenfield Village questions. Oh my God, this thing. This is like the, oh God, I can't remember what it was, but it was like some movie or special or whatever where they did Thomas like splattered with paint for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I wish I could remember what
anyways,
it was.
You were saying about Greenfield Village, Ellis?
Yeah, Greenfield Village, is that the place with the Mason bogey?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Because that's one of these places that like I've heard a lot about it, and I've never been
it's
there.
Great. It's great. It's great. You've got to go at some point.
And that's
like, hey,
that's like
hey,
part of the Henry Ford Museum, right?
Yeah, it's part of the Henry Ford Museum complex. Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, the Henry Ford Museum has two components. You have the Museum of American Innovation, which is the indoor component. That's where the Allegheny is. They have a replica of Stephen there, and they have all kinds of other cool stuff there, including the actual bus from when Rosa Parks had her run-in back in the, I'm not sure what year was it.
60s, I believe.
I really should know more about this. Yeah, in the 60s. Yeah, I should know more about this. But yeah, like it's the museum itself is great, but Greenfield Village specifically, which is adjacent to the museum, is the outdoor living history museum component. So that's where they have like all those classic either restored buildings or replicas of buildings. Like they have the replica of Edison's Menlo Park Laboratory. They have they have actual Henry Ford's actual childhood home and barn from his family's farm. They have the replica roundhouse from, I think it was the Detroit and Ironton, maybe. I'll have to look at it again. And of course, they have there the Mason bogey, the sole surviving Mason bogey left in all of existence.
Yeah, that's really cool that they've got that. They've also got like a 440, right?
Yeah, they got two 440s. They have the Detroit. They have the Detroit and Lyman Northern number 7, which was Henry Ford's personal favorite out of all the steam locomotives he ever bought. That was his personal favorite, was that particular 440. They also had the Edison, which was originally owned by Thomas Edison's company and was actually an 040 originally, but then it was rebuilt as a 440.
Aha, I remember reading that about that locomotive. The reason I'm intrigued with the Henry Ford Museum is a totally unrelated and frankly quite railroad adjacent rabbit hole, which is the existence of the Worcester lunch counter cars, which the Worcester Lunch Car Company was this company that specialized in building diners that looked like rail cars. And there are a ton of these around. And one of them is in, if I understand correctly, one of them is there in the museum.
They do have some like rolling stock on display in the museum. I'm not sure if that's one of them.
Well, again, this isn't a piece of rolling stock. It's a building made to look like a piece of rolling stock. It's a diner.
I'm not sure. Oh yeah, there is a diner there. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's there. It's next to the entrance to the car exhibit, I think. Like if I look at the map, hang on.
So there are a whole bunch of these around, and it feels like no two look alike. There's one that I go to fairly often in Rhode Island called the Miss Lorraine Diner, which is a real enigma because it is one of these Worcester lunch counter cars. It looks like a rail car. It's parked in front of a building. You go in, it's a diner, but there's a door on the right that you go through a little hallway into the building, and there's an entire restaurant in there also. Like there's an entire additional dining room that isn't part of the original lunch car.
I think I know what you're talking about. The Henry Ford. I think I might actually have a picture of it here. I'm gonna post it in streaming and recording. Give me a second.
Yeah, I wanna see if it's the one because I was looking this up and I kind of want to.
Yeah.
What would be interesting?
It's called Lammy's Diner.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Yeah. This is it. It's in the museum. That being said, though, it doesn't have the biggest menu in the world. So if you're thinking about getting lunch there, like Yeah.
That's that's okay. It's a diner. It doesn't need to have the biggest menu in the world. It's fine. It's a building inside
Yeah.
another building. It's a building pretending to be a rail car inside of another building.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
this is what passenger cars would look like on Brunel gauge. Uh, it's so
Yeah.
wide. But yeah,
And of course, I would be remiss to talk about the Henry Ford without mentioning. Hang on, I gotta get the right image here. Without mentioning the big chungus in the room.
hold on. I need to. I'm trying to
Literally.
figure out
Oh, the Allegheny.
how do I?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they have
Yeah.
they have an
Good old
Allegheny
number
there.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Number
interesting.
1601.
To my understanding, the CSX looked at both Alleghenies in the 1980s, from what I've been
Oh
told.
my god.
They quickly ruled out the Henry Ford as apparently they approached the museum staff, and I'm pretty sure the museum staff didn't even entertain a conversation about repatriating it.
Well, I could understand that because they actually had to take the frame off the doors at the far end of the building to actually get it inside in the first
That's
place. So
fine.
you know,
It's fine. Oh, I can paint this colors.
It's. Oh, by the way, Ellis, let me know when you're ready for some multiplayer.
Yeah, I will. I don't know what I'm doing.
No, don't worry. I'm not. I don't either. But that's the fun of it.
Oh, if I place down the tree and then I pick up a color, I can then use it on the tree, and now I have a blue tree. Okay, interesting.
I mean, ultimately, like the Henry Ford Museum, they also have an Amtrak stop. I know that much. Which I think,
yeah.
incredibly based.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Yeah. There's another cool locomotive that's on display there that I forgot to mention, which was DT&I number 45. This guy was actually used when the Ford Motor Company actually owned the DT&I for a hot minute. This one was the one that actually pulled Henry Ford's private train.
Oh, that's awesome. Those 442s look so classy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but so this guy, it was on display outside for a while, but then they moved it to a permanent home where it just sits inside the roundhouse right now. I'm not sure what they did with the tender, because the tender's obviously not in there, but the locomotive itself is there. They also have another locomotive on display outside somewhere else in Greenfield Village. I'm not sure what it is or where it's even from, but I've seen it like pulling up to it, like from a distance.
Huh. We've got to do some investigation. You need to get out there and do some botany. You've got to figure out what all is there.
Yeah. Tell you what, next time I get out there, I'll get some better pictures of it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What was the other? So there were a couple of things that have come up in the course of the last week. Somebody made a fact finally. That's not the right place. I'm on rolling line. Sorry, somebody's getting acquainted here. I was looking around at some of these articles that we've got, and we did have a couple of. We had another CN train incident. Actually, I think we had more than one in the last week. It's been a rough week for CN. It's been a particularly rough week for Union Pacific.
Yeah.
But no, I had a little sidebar. I will. I am remiss to dismiss someone too early, but I will once again say to those in the audience, both on Discord and listening to us online, if you have fan rank in the server, you're welcome to jump in and put your hand up if you have a news item, or not a news item, let's just say trains or anything else that you want to discuss. Now, I have something that has been sort of picking at my brain since we got the article on it. Since we got the first article on it, and now it's come back around and it's official, which is the end of the San Joaquin being called the San Joaquin.
Oh my god, I was about to mention this.
And this is the one thing I saw that makes me go, huh, okay. Which is, somebody said, Oh, they're just renaming it so that when California High Speed Rail starts up and is called the Gold Runner, the name is already like in the public consciousness, which would be an interesting play. Um, uh, but it's like I don't feel like this is necessary. Like I don't want to. Like thumbs down it because I don't think the Gold Runner is a terrible name. It's maybe a little silly. I think it is definitely less cool than San Joaquin. Um, I don't know. You're a reasonable expert on what sounds cool and whimsical, Ryan. So I want to hear your take on the San Joaquin to Gold Runner transition.
Personally, I think Gold Runner is a significantly more clunky name than the San Joaquin. Like I feel like it. Again, I feel like it's unnecessary because the San Joaquin name is historical, and I think it's also just a lot cooler of a name. Like, the Gold Runner sounds like something like sounds like the titular train in like a in like a kid's novel. Oh, we gotta stop the Gold Runner before it explodes.
Yeah, the Gold Runner is. I'm pretty sure that is the train from the oh shoot, what is it called? From the not Wild Wild West, the other one. Help me out here. The
That
one
could
with
be
Johnny
literally
Depp.
any other movie, Elvis.
I know. It's
Like, are you thinking tough,
the Western movie
Tough
with
Guys?
trains in it. No. God damn it! I was just.
now that was the Gold Coast Flyer I was thinking of in Tough Guys. Yeah.
That's.
Yeah,
I mean,
even then,
there you go. Not what I was thinking of, but very valid.
Like,
Yeah.
it just feels like. I mean, also, furthermore, like, are we really like if we're trying to like things to name our trains after? Okay, sure, the gold rush is important, but you know what else is also important? Like a really cool name, the San Joaquin Valley. Like that. like okay,
What's
I
cooler than
feel
being
like
cool?
yeah, no, I was going to go somewhere, but then I realized that my train of thought was possibly a little problematic as I realized that the San Joaquin name probably has ties to the Spanish settlers, which is probably a little problematic, but at the same time, I do feel like that calling your name the San Joaquin after the San Joaquin Valley is just makes a little bit more sense.
You know what's funny is you know who
San Joaquin just kind of has a bit more of a ring to it, doesn't it?
It does,
Yeah.
even though rings are made of gold. You know what's kind of sending me about this conversation? You know who?
What's up?
You know who is proud to introduce the new name of the Gold Runner? None other than the San Joaquin Joint Powers Authority. So
Bro, what?
I think did they decide there could be only one? The San Joaquin Joint Powers Authority is out here to get rid of everything else named San Joaquin because they want to be higher in the Google results. I think that's what's going on here. But
yeah, this is honestly like it just. Also, can I also just say, like, they've got the cool ass like paint scheme on the Amtrak California equipment, and they decide to call it the Gold Runner. Or people have made reference to call it the Gold Digger. And honestly,
I was gonna say Gold Finger.
yeah, like there is. I feel like the thing with San Joaquin is that in terms of a name, it kind of elicits more of like a more astute, more reserved. I'm taking the San Joaquin. Like it's a very grand sounding name, and it couples with the fact that like Amtrak California, or whatever they're called, Caltrain, whatever they call it. It's Amtrak's second best performing corridor outside of the Northeast.
It's because of the name.
So again, I just don't like the gold. I just don't like the Gold Runner name. I think and I understand that San Joaquin Valley is problematic because it probably has ties to the Spanish settlers, and it's It's not great.
Yeah.
However, that being said, hold on. I'm just going to do a quick Google search. When was hold on.
To be honest, it's interesting that you bring that up because I have, and of course, it's because I'm ignorant. I've never thought about it, but I've in all these everything that's been any bones that have been made about the name the Gold Runner, never have I seen justification for getting rid of the name San Joaquin, and doubly never have I seen justification for it being like, well, colonialism. We don't want ties to colonialism. Says, and I'm glad because then I would clown even harder that this name is being changed by the agency whose name is also San Joaquin. So it doesn't. There's no justification here.
Yeah. The irony is very strong with that one.
It would be.
So, okay, good news. San Joaquin is not actually terribly colonial. It's actually named after. It's what is it? It's San Joaquin in Spanish. I think translates from Joachim, who is a saint. A saint in the Christian religion. So I don't know. Make of it as you will. But in an effort not to get canceled, I suppose like my thoughts is like, I mean, ultimately the fact is, yeah, I understand the San Joaquin name can be a little problematic depending on the way you view it. But that being said, I feel like it's probably less problematic than calling it the Gold Runner as the Gold Rush. Sure, the Gold Rush put California on the map, but at the same time, like, if we're really looking to name our trains after like big events, I feel like, I think naming your train after the Spanish translation of a Christian saint versus the event that like caused a population boom and caused massive harm to the environment, like you kind of have to pick your poison here. Again, I will stay with the San Joaquin name because I'm a fucking foamer. Like I hate to say
because
it,
I hate change.
The Southern Pacific really, like the Southern Pacific invested a lot in that name and in that service. So,
So you're saying that the San Joaquin board is agents of the Santa Fe, out here destroying the SP's legacy, or no, agents of who are the biggest SP haters on the block?
If we're going by full Buccaneers logic, the UP. But honestly, the thing is that like Union Pacific. Okay, to be fair, Union Pacific, when their passenger trains were on the chopping block, they did the funniest fucking thing, and that all of their long distance passenger trains, I think it was between Ogden, Utah, and Cheyenne, Wyoming, they merged all of their city of trains into one big section. Like I think it was a train of maybe about like 26 or 27 cars, and they just called it the City of Everywhere.
City of Everywhere.
Yeah. But the thing is that ultimately, like, I don't know. I feel like I'm mixed because, again, like, San Joaquin as a name, it has problematic origins, but that being said, I feel like I can make the case that it's probably a little less problematic than the Gold Runner.
I don't know. I'm gonna make the case that it's just a better name.
I mean, in terms of phonetics, like the San Joaquin, like it flows, it undulates. Gold Runner, it's kind of more harsh. And furthermore, like, listen, I don't like the new venture cars, but having a cool name would at least make me feel somewhat better about riding in them.
Well, they need to be called them adventure cars.
Yeah. Have you seen the new seats? I do not care what anyone says; they look uncomfortable.
Which the seats in the venture cars? I've experienced the seats in the Avelias.
Well, how are the seats in the Avelias?
They hopefully will get better with age. They're fine. They're fine. Like my butt did not hurt when we got off the train. I wasn't on for super long, but they're no bud seats. That's for sure. And at the same time, maybe, just maybe, given some time, they'll soften up a little bit and they'll be less miserable. For now, if you're going to be in those seats for a very long time, I think one should exercise their God-given right to take all sorts of stuff with them on Amtrak and, like, bring a pillow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I haven't been in a venture car seat yet. Have you?
Well, I have not, but I feel like the same people who do the Avalia seats are probably the same people behind the venture seats, as Amtrak probably, for this equipment order, probably went with the same contractor. If I had to take a
suppose
guess.
so. If you have an opinion about if you're listening and you have an opinion about the Gold Runner, feel free to raise your hand and we can talk about it. Or if you have an opinion on venture seats, or if you've ridden a venture car, actually. What were you gonna say, Willie?
I've got another thing. I'm gonna send you guys another link here. The High Speed Rail Alliance is actually currently working on a plan to implement a high-speed rail system in Michigan right now.
Oh yeah, speaking of venture cars, right?
Yeah. But basically, one of the parts of the proposal, I can't remember where I read this, and I can't see it on their website, but I did remember hearing about someone potentially coming up with an idea for a high-speed rail line running from Detroit to Traverse City, which would be great for
Where
tourism.
Is Traverse City?
Like,
it's like
hang on, I'm gonna send the map.
I think.
I'm gonna send the map here in a streaming recording.
Oh, okay, I see the map.
Like, if you look at the north-south rail link from Ann Arbor, Traverse City is right up there in Grand Traverse Bay, which is the pinky of the mitten.
That's a ways out there.
Yeah. So, and bear in mind, up here in like this kind of whole area of this whole part of Lake Michigan, you've got Sleeping Bear Bay, you've got Torch Lake in this area, you've got Grand Traverse Bay, Traverse City. There's a lot of tourism up here, especially during the summertime.
I think you need to. I mean, the Wolverine is already pretty cool. Like the Wolverine does pretty good for itself.
Yeah. The Wolverine does the job perfectly fine, but imagine you get off the airport at DTW and you want to go up to Traverse City for like Independence Day or whatever. Like, you could drive, in which case it would take you like about 4 hours or so. There are normal train lines that run up there, but a high-speed rail train would speed up things massively, and it would be great tourism.
I have a question. Are we talking high-speed rail like high speed rail, or are we talking like the higher speed rail that Michigan currently has?
I'm going to assume that we're talking like 110.
Yeah, I think I think it would be switching over to electric if that kind of high speed rail is what they're talking about. But they've also got hang on, I'm going to pull up another picture from their website real quick. Hang on. Just got to find it.
The thing is
here it is.
Ultimately, what I would like, listen, I know I'm just a slack-jawed business yokel, but business major yokel. But this is a very cool proposal. I only see one problem, though, or not really a problem necessarily, but maybe something for consideration. Again, Traverse City. I'm doing a preliminary Google search here. It's a population of about 15,000.
I was going to ask.
I understand. I feel like tourism definitely it's a big factor, but at the same time, the tourism trade, I don't know if you can string tourism up as a reason for a dedicated high speed corridor. I know that would go. Oh, continue.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that wouldn't be I don't think that would be the sole reason. I just think it's a reason why that would be part of the proposal. It's like I said, I remember reading this somewhere, not necessarily on the High Speed Rail Alliance website. I can't remember for the life of me what article it was. But it would help a lot in terms of the tourism. That would be one factor. I'm pretty sure there's probably other factors that I don't know about that could potentially be part of that proposal. But
it's just to me, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like this is a very silly map. In the sense that I mean, ultimately, the fact is that we're looking at very low population density for the like. I mean,
Yeah.
throughout southern Michigan, to my understanding, you do have somewhat high, like medium population density, as a lot of that is just suburbs
Yeah.
of the big major cities that sort of dot the Great Lakes. But as
Yeah,
you go up, it
we've
gets
got like
pretty bare.
Grand Rapids, Lansing, Metro Detroit, you know.
Well, you're missing
That
something very important here, Ryan, which is
yes,
that the north-south rail link here that goes up to Traverse City. And I was going to ask, like, why Traverse City? It's I've never heard of that being like a big destination, but this goes through Owasso, which that's sold.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Yeah, that
we need that means that they're gonna obviously you're gonna just like go by and you're gonna see 1225 there all the time, and that's all you need.
yeah.
No, I actually think that the one thing that's missing here is I don't think it should come north out of Ann Arbor. I think maybe it should come north out of Detroit, and I see it's marked off as like another potential
Yeah.
route here through
Yeah.
Pontiac and then to Durand. That way you're covering. Oh, you want to go north out of Detroit, and then you just go sort of like, terminate it somewhere.
Yeah, you could literally get off the plane at DTW and then get on the train and be at Traverse City in like an hour or so.
Well,
You
I
know, if
I
that
would expect
system was to be put in.
I would expect this is probably going to be 110 or something like that. But this is the thing is they've already got these new routes, which are they've got these existing train routes, right? Which those are those are a very solid foundation. I think the one that has the most potential on this map to me is Detroit to Cleveland, because that
yes.
area is you've got Cleveland and Detroit are major population centers as anchors. You've got Toledo, which is Toledo, and it would also run through DTW there, and it sort of closes a hole in the Amtrak system, where if you wanted to go
Yeah,
from
it
Cleveland,
also goes through Sandusky for all the people who want to go to Cedar Point as well.
that's true. That helps. You could take it and do a weekend trip to the amusement park. Um, but just oh, and I know that this is a route. We're looking at the Michigan map, and I've picked out a route that's more in Ohio than anything else. But that is what this area like most deeply needs. I also think the Detroit to Grand Rapids via Lansing is a nice alternative corridor, um, because it connects to something that's already there, and it joins these other routes in a way that they're not joined otherwise. Um, I wonder if Howell is a big enough destination that you could instead go north through Pontiac and then to Durand and then to Lansing.
Howell is kind of one of those much smaller towns. Like if unless you live there, like one of the main reasons why you would be going through Howell is usually if you're going from Detroit to Lansing or from Durand to Ann Arbor. You know,
Okay, yeah. So maybe if you went
but
around, this could still be valuable. And I don't, you know,
yeah,
you can call it silly.
but
I think it's a little bit pie in the sky, but I also think that this is cool that we're doing stuff like this.
yeah.
Um,
The other thing as well, one of the other maps they have on their website about it is this one. Um, when they're looking at, you know, in terms of like trips from Toronto to Chicago with a potential high-speed rail system going through Detroit, or, you know, from Cleveland to Detroit or to Chicago with this potential system as well.
I mean, I feel like the way you'd probably want to do this is you'd probably want to hit all of the major, like the big metropolises, the historically big metropolises. Then you can kind of branch off and you can run your secondary services.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
Again, I agree with Ellis that the Cleveland to Detroit line, the Detroit to Chicago line, and the Detroit to New Buffalo line, I feel like, as well as Battle Creek to Port Huron, I feel like those I think would probably see widespread success. And I feel like, I mean, ultimately, I'll voice my take here. I feel like high speed rail in the United States is a bit of a folly in the sense that a lot of people point to it, but a lot of people, but I think a lot of people actually yearn for, I think, is they're looking for trains to be accessible and just frequent, not necessarily
yeah,
fast, but frequent and accessible and cheap, um,
yeah,
or cheaper, really. So while I mean, ultimately the fact is that trying to build a high-speed corridor throughout all of Michigan, while that would be a lot of fun, and while that is definitely that would be a very nice situation, I feel like even achieving this like they do with their higher speed network, which is more conventional rail on freight trackage, and they use charge for cool. I think even that would be applicable here in the sense that you can run, maybe I don't know on the north south rail link line especially. I could probably imagine them running during peak season maybe 3 or 4 round trips a day, or maybe 5. But again, like a dedicated high speed corridor, perhaps not, but something that is more traditional than what they currently have in line, most definitely.
You've got
Anyways,
you've got
Yeah.
higher speed rail.
yeah, again,
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah, but
probably the nice
like
in
I
between.
like I mentioned though, this is mostly just a proposal. Like they were discussing it with the state, like I think like a year and a half ago. So but don't quote me on that. I can't remember. Like it's been a long time since I read that original article. So, take it with a grain of salt. But I just thought it was cool, especially because, I grew up a lot going up to Traverse City for the summer. And those, like, if you've ever driven from the Metro Detroit area up to Traverse City, it is a long, long ride. Like like and yeah, like having that access would, like, especially if they were like to build like an extension from Durant to DTW, like hypothetically you could literally get off the plane at DTW and just go straight up to Traverse City and be there in under like an hour, with such a system.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Again, it would be. Oh,
Ryan.
yeah.
I'm tired of these tutorials. Let me in, or something.
All right, let me. Don't worry, Ellis. I've got a plan. Oh God
Yeah,
damn it! No, rolling line. Hold on.
yeah.
It says you're not online.
On that note, I'm probably gonna dip now, guys.
All right, thanks for coming on the
Oh,
show. And if anybody else
Yeah,
has
thanks for having me
anything
again.
else that they want to talk
And
about, railroad related and otherwise, you're welcome to jump in and put your hand up, and we'll talk about it. Ceremony Diver, welcome to the show.
So, hi. You know how I've been over fixating on things lately?
Ain't we all?
Mainly the Halifax explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
With some
I learned
railroad
about
related things in there.
yeah, I learned about a certain train dispatcher
Share
by
with the
the name of
class.
uh Patrick Vincent Coleman. I'm reading from a Wikipedia thing because I cannot remember much of anything. Born 13 March 1872, died 6 December 1917.
Is
Was a
that the
train
date of the explosion?
Yes, that's also the date of the
Oh,
explosion.
okay,
He
yeah,
died in the Halifax
that'll
explosion.
do it. Yep.
On the morning of December 6, 1917, the 45-year-old Coleman and Chief Clerk William Lovett, Lovett? Lovett? I cannot say Canadian names. Were
Is he
working
loving
on
it?
in the yes, we're working in the Richmond station, surrounded by the railway yards near the foot of Richmond Street, only a few hundred feet from Pier 6. A little bit more information. Pier 6 is the pier that the Mont Blanc drifted to before it blew up.
Okay.
Uh, from there, yeah, this is just, yeah. From
all
there,
right,
the trains were
Ellis.
controlled on the main line into Halifax. The line ran along the western shore of the Bedford Basin from Rockingham Station to the city passenger terminal at the North Street Station.
All right, hold on, Ellis. I'm hosting the game.
Yeah, I have no idea how to.
Multiplayer.
You have to send me
Yeah.
a code, or can I join you through Steam or what? Oh, I think I
Yeah.
froze the overlay.
Yeah. Start server. All right. Yep.
Um,
Close
So
message. Yep. All right. Hold on, Alice. Here, I've copied the code. I'm gonna forward it to you right now. There you go. Check your DMs.
okay, thank you.
skipping a few
So
words.
the Mont Blanc is on fire. It is drifting up to the pier here. There's this dude who works on the pier as a dispatcher.
Yes.
And he sees
Skipping
the burning
skipping a whole
explosives
bunch of-
coming towards him, and what does he do?
he hops on the Morse code machine, or the telegraph, and he sends out one message. The message reads as follows: "Hold up the train. Ammunition ship afire in harbor, making for Pier 6, and will explode. Will explode. Guess this will be my last message. Goodbye, boys."
Legend.
This was like a few seconds before the ship blew up.
I had always heard that it was a much longer and more dramatic stand where he was like telling, like actively preventing trains from coming. But
the telegraph warnings were apparently heeded as the number 10 passenger train was stopped just before the explosion occurred.
Okay.
This train was halted at Rockingham Station on the western shore of the Bedford Basin. Bedford Basin, approximately 6.4 kilometers, or 4 miles for us Americans, from the downtown terminal. After the explosion, Coleman's message, followed by other messages later sent by railway officials who made their way to Rockingham, passed the word of the disaster to the rest of Canada. The railway quickly mobilized aid, sending dozens of relief trains with fire and medical help from towns. Yeah. That's basically it. I don't want to read this entire thing because there's just a whole bunch of...
Well, it's not every day that a dispatcher gets to be the hero, right?
I mean, he was already a hero already, because he was a few years earlier he also helped stop a runaway train safely. So.
Really?
Yes.
So this guy had quite a storied life.
Yes.
Very neat.
Yeah, he was told to run. Like, they told him to run, don't stay, run. No, he stayed.
Well, I don't know how far running would have got him if that was the only time that he had. Did anyone else manage to run away from it?
Several people actually managed to run and escape the explosive radius, including the crew of the SS Mont Blanc.
Oh, wow, that's quite impressive.
Several of the crew died.
What a runner.
Also, so basically what happened here, so why the ship drifted in the first place is the crew abandoned the ship as soon as it caught fire. Because, hold up, Micah, shut up! Sorry, Ellis. My little brother is trying to add details that were not there. Micah. Shush.
I've got some log cars. I don't know where I'm going, but I've got log cars. I'm walking around in the floor. I'm learning. This is dangerous.
It's the joy of rolling line. Welcome aboard. What?
Have you had this game a while, or did you just pick it up?
I bought this game. I specifically remember. I bought this game a little before I found out that I had COVID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So did it keep you busy while you had COVID? There's a whole staging.
Kind of.
Okay.
For sake of argument, yes, it did.
Okay. This is a lot of fun. Like, rolling line is neat. And now that I'm through all the tutorials and I actually get to like play the game, I love the fact that I can just walk through the table. That I'm incorporeal.
Rolling line does so much. I genuinely, I think it's possibly one of the most coziest games we've got in the genre.
It's definitely a very cozy game for a train game. Like, it's an extra cozy game for a train game.
Precisely.
If I can alt scroll. I kind of wish that was the other way around. I don't need to change my height all the time. And yeah, I wish the controls were different.
A little more intuitive.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get the hang of them. So I did want to go through. What's up, Diver?
Yeah, I had more details.
More details.
All was on the ship. You want to know what? Yeah, all that was on the ship.
Oh, other than the explosives?
2,300 long tons of 2,300 long tons of picric acid. 200 long tons of TNT. 35 long tons of benzoyl, 10 tons of gun cotton, and 300 rounds of ammunition for the 90 and 95 millimeter defensive deck guns.
How do I uncouple?
What you're gonna
And the
want to do,
total-
Alice. Alice, what you're gonna want to do is you're going to hover over a car and hit Q or E.
Okay.
As you were saying, Diver.
Oh shoot! Oh shoot! I just dropped the controller. Where'd it go? I don't know where the controller went. I dropped it.
Hey, don't you worry, Alice.
I think it fell through the world. No, I wanted to. I wanted to. If
Here,
Diver, was that all you wanted to discuss?
Oh.
Yes. I'm just gonna tell you the explosive force that the Halifax, like the explosive force, was 2.9 kilotons of TNT.
That's a lot of TNT.
Basically, as much as the nuclear.
Oh yeah. Also, Micah.
Peanut gallery.
Shush.
That's okay.
So
That's my entire life. I'm used to being the peanut. I am the peanut gallery. Push right. Clone options. Push left. Push right. I'm mousing over it. Oh, okay. Oh, I see. I get it. All right. And then I want to go. Nope. I want to go this way. I've spotted a car. Look at me go.
Again, this game. I'm so glad they added multiplayer because it's just like this is like the perfect game for multiplayer.
Yeah, I'm honestly kind of shocked it didn't have it to begin with. So I wanted to
rolling line.
Yes.
Yes.
I wanted to go and I'm going to
I'm heading your way with an assorted freight of good and plenties.
Okay. By heading my way, should I be concerned?
No.
Okay.
We'll be fine. Don't worry. This is the first time I'm playing on this map too, so don't worry.
Yeah. Well, that does not make me feel more confident.
Okay.
No, I wanted to discuss. I wanted to go through. So a couple of days ago, and we've only got probably. Well, let's see. How long have we been live for? I want to make these about 2 hours. And we've been live for about an hour. I mean, I think an hour and a half is fine because it's a quiet day and we don't have a ton of news. But we did have the elections recently. In parts of the U.S. I had nothing to vote for over here in my part of Providence, but there were a bunch of things on the ballot that were transit related. Where are you?
I'm currently over here. Like, okay. If you want, I can go take. I'm probably gonna come. Do you want to collect this tank car over here, or I can come and swoop it up?
No, I need to find like a map of the map because I am so confused as to how this place works.
It's basically it's like two loops that connect to one another.
There's a lot of track that's just like in the wall.
Yeah. That's kind of how the staging and whatnot work.
Like an alarming amount of track in the wall. This WT layer back here. Here's my train in the dirt. But yeah, we had a whole bunch of these things. Oh, you know what? I would love to swap. I'd love to become a tiny human person and ride on the train. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
So these are the things that came out for transit in the 2025 U.S. special election. There was
wasn't Chicago in that for like a no? It was Chicago or Denver. Didn't they get like a $500 million bond passed through?
Denver did get a $441 million bond to fund improvements and construction for transportation and mobility infrastructure. Particularly, it's for cyclist and pedestrian access and bridge repairs. So I don't know, if and what of that is going to be necessarily trains. Oh God, it's dark, and it's dark, and I've fallen off my train. Where's my train?
Don't worry, I've turned it into Alice. I see you. You're following me.
Quick question.
What's up?
Quick answer.
Would I be able to join you guys on Rolling Line?
I don't see no problem with it. You can, right, Alice?
I have the game installed. But
so. I'm just here to dick around, and if we have another person in, we're gonna
Yeah.
switch topics
Here.
here. So if you want to pass your the call sign off to
Yeah.
Diver, I will relinquish you back to the audience because Eastbound is here and he has got something to talk about. So,
All right.
thanks for chatting, Diver. Come around anytime.
All right.
Eastbound and down.
Good
Hello.
evening, good evening.
Welcome to the show.
Hello, I know you.
Welcome. Yeah, you know me.
Yeah.
Ryan, you know everybody.
So,
Look, what's all right? All right, hit us with it. What is it? I mean, wait, hold on.
okay. Preface, I couldn't find anything, at least locally to me, outside of the fact that someone stole over 80 televisions from a CSX train. You know, that's awesome. And the image they sent, which I can't find it anymore, but it was just of all the TVs in their backyard, just uncovered.
Wait,
That's not what I'm here to talk
they
about.
just like
Yeah.
I've fallen.
They just left them out. They just left them out in the elements. But that's not what. But that's not what I'm here to talk about.
Okay.
I'm here to talk about something that's probably very niche and only is really going to apply to a handful of people. Well, two things, but the first is I'll put the image in streaming and recording.
If this isn't the Orient Express stuff, then I'm going to be.
Oh my
Then
God.
there is going to be consequences.
That'll come later. Trust. The
Uh-oh.
New York City MTA has approved another order of 378 cars to displace the remaining R62 and R62As.
Oh, Ellis!
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, but anyways, continue.
The off of the IRT or A division. So it's a $1.5 billion deal with Kawasaki Railcar for their R268 cars, which, if I can find the mock-up image of
What
them, they're basically the new R211s, but shorter for the for the IRT system. And for context, the New York City subway split between the IRT, which is the A division, which runs shorter trains, not in terms of length, but in terms of physical dimensions. The cars are much shorter because the original system had a lot of tighter curves, and they just were like, you know what, we'll just keep going with it. And
Yeah,
then
for
the
for context.
B division.
For context, if I may, the IRT, which built the majority of the A division, they intentionally built it small and tight because they didn't want to get bought out by a freight company, which
Yep.
is kind of fascinating.
As well. And then for the remaining context, the B division, which is what the R211s are running on, was built by the BMT, or Brooklyn Manhattan Transit Company, and the IND, or Independent Subway. So the MTA really seems to be on the warpath of getting rid of all of the remaining SMEs. I believe the last sets of the Staten Island R44s were just pulled out of service in exchange for the R211Ts, which are
really?
the sets for Staten Island. Yeah.
I was wondering
So
what I know Staten Island is like a weird appendix of the system.
Yeah. So originally the Staten Island Railway was owned in part by the Baltimore and Ohio.
Huh?
Oh, trust me, it'll get weirder. So the Baltimore and Ohio bought the Staten Island Railway in the I want to say, I think it's like 1880. They bought it in 1880. They had camelbacks on there.
Gross.
Yeah.
We finally found a legitimate reason to dislike Staten Island. I always knew there was a reason.
Hold on. Not to interrupt. Hold on, but Ellis, if you want, there's a New Zealand mountain in this shed. If you want to come
How do you
commandeer
open
it.
the door? Oh, there we go.
There you go. Go got it.
I'm trying to figure out what to do. I'm just like schputzing around here and I'm listening to the subway tales.
I'll put a picture of one of the camelbacks in there. They do not look great. But the Staten Island Railway would then continue under the Baltimore and Ohio. They would get diesel engines at some point. I think they had S2s just painted like Baltimore and Ohio, blah, blah, blah. Eventually, the company is folded into, like the passenger section is folded into the Transit Authority. So that's its own thing now. The freight division was actually owned at some point by the Delaware Otsego system.
Okay.
Oh, so that's why you had your that's why you had your like your moment of psychosis in my server.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense now.
There's a picture I have somewhere of a Susquehanna SW9 operating the last local train that they ran on the Staten Island before freight service was shuttered entirely in the 90s.
Okay, this makes so. Listen, you should have just opened with that.
We're trying to talk about the new rail cars.
Wait, but hold on. Well, hold on. Now, I am rather disappointed in you because you have betrayed yourself. You know that? Because there has been no image of any Baikal seal. You have been lacking on your Baikal seal responsibilities. How do you respond to these crimes, these heinous crimes?
These are some serious allegations you're throwing out there. I don't
with this image.
Hold on,
I want to see the new. I wanted to see the new subway cars, and I wanted to see. Are the new guys going to be open gangway?
Let me see if.
I'll see if there are any interior photos. I mean, 307. I feel like
I don't know if there are. The only image I can find is this like 3D render, because I don't think the cars have actually been like. There's not like an actual prototype model for them. People making assumptions based on that image.
I hope they are. The reason I ask is because I hope they are, because open gangway cars are like the way of the future.
I know some of the R211s are open gangway, but I don't know if the majority of them are, or if it's only like a handful of them. I do know that at least some of the R211s that have been sent out for service do have open gangway. Some don't. I think the Staten Island cars don't, but the R268s will displace the final R62s and R62As. They already actually pushed those off of, I think, the 2 and 5, so now the 1 and 6 trains are running only SME cars.
When you say SME cars, what do you mean?
So, SME is an acronym for, if I can find it, Straight Air Motor Car Electric Pneumatic Emergency, which is the braking system on them. Okay, interesting. So, the first SME cars were the R10s in 1948. Okay, yeah. The first IRT cars were the R12s also in 1948. The last ones were the R62 and R62A for the IRT and the R68 for the BMT IND. So when the remaining R46s and the remaining R68 and 68As get ousted by the R211s, there'll be no SMEs ever, except for transit, like the transit museum runs, special events, stuff like that.
And the SMEs are being replaced by the newer cars. And what is the major
Yes.
difference here?
So to bear in mind, well, to give some context, the R62s and R62As were first delivered in 1983 and 1984, respectively.
Okay.
So they are well on their way to being replaced at this point. Considering the R32s, which are in fact the oldest cars in the system, were still being used until 2022.
Yep, I
Over
remember their
50
farewell
years.
trips.
Yeah, when they dressed it up as the first ever Brightliners.
Yep.
The thing with these new cars is of course they're part of the NTT line, or the new technology train, which includes the R142, the 142A, the 143, the 160, 179, 188, and then there's the R262 and R26A.
Okay.
Oh, I was wrong. The R262s will replace the IRT cars. The R268s will replace the R68As and the normal R68s. I don't know what they look like, because all we know is that they'll just replace those older cars. The 262s we have that image of.
But we don't have like we don't have like
we don't have any
a
further. We don't have any further details on them as of now.
Okay, so
The big advantage with these new cars is that all of the the destination signs, the info, like every sort of info display is all digital. I want to say they are, I think, slightly wider to reduce dwell time.
huh.
The doors are wider to allow for disabled passengers. They have like disabled seating on them. They have a feature usually seen on European trains where the doors will light up red when they're about to close.
Well,
They have
that's
that.
handy.
They also have, as I said, the open gangway cars, which are the R211Ts. There were open gangway cars before with the BMT D types, or the BMT MS or multi-section cars, but those were not exactly like standard. I'll post a picture of the open gangway on the R211T.
I got to when I visited New York City just a short time ago. I did get to go to the Trans Museum and see the D types among everything else, and those are ancient, but they are also really cool looking.
For being from the 30s and having that open gangway design really was like, I mean, it was forward thinking, but didn't really pan out well when the MTA was like, no, we're just gonna build a bunch of R10s, which are single unit, no gangway. One other thing, the R211s have CBTC installed.
Okay, that's nice, and I know that there's been a huge push to get the newer signaling system CBTC in installed all over the subway, and certain like, do most lines have it now?
I'm fairly certain most of them do have it, or are being actively worked on to get it installed. I'm fairly certain most of them have it installed at this point.
Okay. Yeah, it's sort of a quantum leap for the signaling of oh, wait a minute. Oh, Ryan, you ran around your train. I was trying to run around my train, so we'd be going opposite directions. And we're doing the same thing.
Yeah, don't worry. We can do. Don't worry. We can.
No,
do
it's
that.
okay. Go ahead. Keep doing what you're doing.
No.
Um,
no. I'll.
So
Okay, wait.
the mock-up does actually have images of the interior, so they will have open gangway.
Oh, hell yeah.
Those are the two options. Again, we don't know. It's just we only have those images, and a confirmed order of 1,140 cars to replace all of the older R62s, but that is that for the for at least for the MTA.
That's a lot of cars.
Article. The other one relating to the MTA is for a route change. So I'll post.
Oh, is this the F&M? The F&M,
Yep, the F&M
rearrangement?
December 8th, we'll swap lines between Manhattan and Queens. F trains will now be stopping between Jackson Heights, Roosevelt Avenue, and 50th Streets, Rockefeller Center, at Queens Plaza, Court Square 23rd Street, Lexington Avenue 53rd Street, and 5th Avenue 53rd Street.
I want to see if I can. I want to see if I can throw that map up. I wish I had an easier way to show stuff on the screen, because if you don't know the New York City subway, what you're saying is just like gibberish.
I'm like speaking runes.
Yeah, it is, and that's one of the things I adore about the New York City subway system, is that it is so like complicated and as a result so fascinating. I mean, we started off talking about the A division and B division, something that is practically unique to New York City, at least in this scale. But yeah, I mean, you've got the F&M swap. I think the important question here is not like what is the swap. The question is, why are they doing it?
So the swap is being done to provide more reliable service for the 1 and almost a half, it's 1.2 million people who take the E, F, M, and R trains. Primarily, they're doing this because of the fact that those trains share some of these lines. The E will share tracks with only 2 lines now, and then the M will share with only 3. So the E originally before this shares 3 tracks, so now it's down to 2. The M will now only share 3, as opposed to 4.
Okay.
By the way, Alice, you can proceed.
I'm making my train smaller. Hold on.
Part of the other part of this is it will eliminate delay-prone merges between the E and M at Queens Plaza, increasing the reliability of the E, F, M, and R lines as a whole.
Okay.
M trains will also be running less frequently, and then they're increasing peak hour frequency on the M to minimize any wait time as a result of that. And then M trains won't be running between Midtown and Queens at all. So there's that. And for that, that's basically it. I know Ryan did mention the Orient Express thing, so I will go ahead and talk about that.
Orient Express thing?
This isn't news related, this is just trains in general.
Okay.
Well, not in general, but in specific. So, take a guess as to what the longest steam-hauled train ever was. It's probably not what you're thinking.
Longest steam-hauled train ever? Well, I
As
assume
in,
the.
like,
I mean, is it is it the Orient Express? I feel like that's where you're going with this.
well, not in the traditional sense of the Orient Express. So,
And by
in
longest, do you
nine,
mean like physically longest or most distance?
I mean physically, I mean like in terms of the distance covered.
Okay. I mean,
So,
my assumption was going to be like the Trans-Siberian Railway.
uh, so I'll post this in Japanese, but I'll post the image in streaming and recording. So in 1988, there was a railway event uh, commemorating the 30th anniversary of Fuji Television or Fuji TV. Uh, this event was sponsored by Hitachi. You know, Hitachi guys who make things like the class. It's the class 395 on the British on the British network. A bunch of other trains in Japan and all over the world. But Hitachi sponsored this plan to have the Orient Express run from Paris-Lyon all the way to Hong Kong and then take a ship all the way to Hiroshima and run in Japan.
Wow, that's
So
really something.
the train first departed on September 7th, 1988, and arrived in Hong Kong via the Trans-Siberian Railway on September 26th. And then it was transported by boat to Yamaguchi Prefecture, where it was repaired over for any damage in transit, as well as re-gauged to Cape gauge.
Oh, this is
Because of
this is
course.
insane. This is what
So
like. I'm sorry. I need to underscore how insane this is because I was reading like just yesterday about how unloading Flying Scotsman went when it came to the United States, and they didn't have to regauge the thing. This is insane. All right, please continue. And we do have a couple of people, although Jackabox Miller, you do need to have fan rank for me to let you on the show. But Ryder
so
has a hand up as well, so Ryder can jump in once you're done with the story.
all right. So the couple years prior, it was investigated by both members of Fuji Television as well as other individuals associated with uh, uh,
Oh, you're breaking up. Is that me? Ryan, can you hear him okay?
Yes, I can.
Oh.
uh,
Shoot, so
I
it
know,
is
when,
me?
I know when I can't hear him. He's breaking
Oh,
up.
okay. Yeah, that's not good.
Oh,
Eastbound, we're losing you.
I
You
don't know what's
copy?
happening.
Oh, there you
Hello?
go. Okay, I think you're back.
Okay.
Oh, by the
So,
way, Ellis, do you want to
they
transfer to
had-
another map?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Continue.
So they had people from the International Railways Union talk with the different operators over the planned route, basically saying like, hey, can we get permission to do this? And they were mostly like, yeah. So eventually the contract was placed with the actual company who owned the Orient Express, VSOE, or actually no, CIWL, or Compagnie Internationale. I don't know French, but it's Wagon Leads.
Hold on, Ellis.
Uh,
And this is
Um,
it's crazy. It's crazy to me. Uh,
So originally, part of the plan originally was to ship it via Shanghai. However, there was a rail disaster in Shanghai in March that
oh,
kind of had them shift plans and decide to go through Hong Kong. But the CIWL were basically given like these next couple of years to upgrade the cars to as modern of a specification as they could, as well as being able to have gauge changing bogies on them.
mm-hmm.
So when the trip started in September 7th, the SNCF provided a 230G type, which is the same engine that appears in Murder on the Orient Express. It's the like typical French. I believe it's a 462. There's a picture of it in or it might be a 460. No, it's a 462. It's the typical like French engine when you think of a French Pacific. Meanwhile, JR East basically told shop crews, we need a steam engine to get this train underway when it gets here. So they kind of forcefully got DNR 498, the famous JNR D51, back into action over the course of this month or so. The train traveled between Paris and from Paris through Belgium and then into West Germany. It was passed over to a DB Class E10 electric engine for that portion, where it was then taken over by two Class 01s of the East German Deutsche Reichsbahn.
Mm-hmm. Wait, sorry, what year was this? I missed that at the beginning.
1988.
Oh, 1988? Oh my god. Okay. All right. This is even crazier.
So the DR provided two Class 1 engines, one of which was the unmodified Class DRG Class 01 137. The other was East German modified DR 01.5 011531-1 for this trip, and they double-headed the train all the way until Poland in Kutono, where the Polish National Railways provided two engines for this trip. The PT-47, a PT-47 type and a TY-51 engine. If I can scroll down and find it. TY-51 92 and PT-47 112. Both, I think, are preserved now.
Well, I would hope if it was preserved in the late 80s, it is still around. I would hope.
Well, bear in mind, both the Deutsche Reichsbahn and PKP kept steam in service until the 90s.
Okay, well, still.
The train then made its way to the border, to Belarus, where it was then handed over to, obviously, the Soviet State Railways, or SZD. The Soviets provided a dining car, or not a dining car, they provided a crew car as well as a baggage car on the front, which then started the long trek across Russia to the border, border station of Manzhouli across the Trans-Siberian Railway. So the Russian trek started with a P-36, which is one of their very big 484s, like the streamlined 484s.
Okay.
and then it was handed over between different electric engines before eventually going to the Chinese.
Oh,
The
can I
Chinese
speak about?
provided.
Can I say what the Chinese used, please?
Well, I
Is it-
have more info.
Is this a story
but
you already know?
Sure.
Well, the thing is that what is it? Mr. Eastbound and Down over here, he first, what is it? Apparently, the story, how I got introduced during 88 was through him, because there's a photo of a QJ. Yes, a QJ hauling the Orient Express stock, which was really trippy. And so
I have it right here in streaming
That
and
is
recording.
a little fascinating, and by a little fascinating, I mean completely bonkers. I'll say again.
You can see in the image the real difference of gauge in the Orient Express cars and the Russian/Chinese broad gauge stock. So, for part of the trip, it was a QJ. For the other parts, it was various diesel engines. The Chinese Railways BJ3, the Dongfeng Type 3, the NY6, the ND2, blah 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 blah. It gets to Hong Kong. I believe the Kowloon Canton Railway. Oh,
I just crashed into
bad.
somebody's train. I found a train. I found a train that was moving, and I just jumped in the cab of it, and it just went and slammed into somebody else's train just now. I've just been riding this guy around. I don't want to. We're gonna have to wrap up soon because my voice is gonna give out.
I'll wrap this up soon.
But
So
I
it
do
gets
have
to
one
Hong Kong,
person
and
with a
then it
hand
gets
up, so I just give the abridged rest of the story.
It gets to Japan. It goes around Japan, and then it gets shipped back via the Cape of Good Hope to France.
It's
And-
crazy. That's a hell of an adventure. How do I get out of? Oh, okay. I have to look down to get back into person mode, I guess. Anyway, all right. Yeah, that is absolutely nuts, and I can't believe I've never heard about this before. That's the thing that's really sending me. You ever heard of the time that they took the Orient Express across the Transcontinental Railroad and then into Japan? What the heck? You could have made all that up.
And it's unfortunate the only good HO scale stock of the Orient Express equipment that was used is incredibly rare and hard to find. So recreating even part of this is going to cost a pretty penny, and I'll admit, especially because I've got two QJs, it's a very tempting offer to recreate. But again,
yeah, now you just need to work on the Orient Express.
exactly.
You've got the
Minor
locomotive.
detail.
Now you just need the rest of the owl.
Actually,
all right. What's
hold
up?
on. One last thing. Mr. Eastbound and Down, didn't Kato or Kato make the Orient Express set that went cross country?
He left the speaking part of the channel here.
Never mind. Whoopsie pupsie. Okay.
All right. I will. We have another speaker. This might be our last for the show. We'll see. We'll see what Brian has to talk about. Brian, welcome to the show. Welcome to episode 259 or whatever.
My first time, and I don't know how long being on the podcast. First time on the radio show because it just started.
Yep.
Hello, and I am here to mention local isms.
Go ahead.
Transit isms. It's time to talk about the progress on the Valley Line.
Okay, the Valley Line is what, for those of us who aren't from your locale?
The Valley Line is the third light rail line in Edmonton, Alberta. It is the only one of the three to be operated with low-floor streetcar-style light rail vehicles.
I'm going to quickly pop to the bathroom, but continue.
Right. It opened completely in, I believe it was late 2022. I spent Mm, about 3-4 months using it as a regular commuter route. I can definitely say that it's a good system, despite some criticisms that people may have. Sure it may be slower than people would think that a system like this would be, but hey, it's faster than the bus and more energy efficient, of course.
Of
Now,
course.
here's the major point. When I first started writing it, there was basically nothing being. They were basically still in the late planning stage of the expansion west. There was a plan to extend the line westward ho to, of course, West Edmonton Mall, and eventually to a new terminus at Lewis Farms. Let me pull up a map real quick. I actually just found out that this was going on. I came in here without much of a plan. I do
It's okay.
apologize.
You don't need much of a plan. Uh, this is this is already interesting to me because in a lot of places, even around the world, but in North America in particular is where I'm most familiar, of course. There's something of a light rail renaissance going on. You've got a lot of places that are even beyond like the streetcar grants that came out of the Obama administration. Uh, there are a lot of light rail systems that are sort of being worked on or being conceptualized or that have already come into being, which is it is really neat to see that. It's nice to see the sort of return with a V uh, to some kind of to some kind of transit that isn't just
Okay.
a bus, because there's
I'm
something
sorry
about
about that.
that.
But all
There's
right. So basically, from what I'm picking up, there was a new light rail system.
No, it's an existing light rail system, but only half of it is currently in operation. Well, half of this specific line, there's two complete lines. Well, quote unquote complete. The metro line is basically just a branch line of the capital line. At the moment, it will eventually extend to my city, St. Albert. But yeah, here is a map of the plan of the Valley Line currently being extended. The Valley Line West.
I need to add
Um,
in a
just
thing where I can just
for
flip to Discord really quick. This is my problem. This is the problem with having only one monitor. I've never really felt that I'm missing out until recently. But now I want to pull up maps on the screen for the viewers. Although I want this to be functionally a show that we can do
uh,
without looking at anything.
They're
But
starting to sound like
we're losing Brian now.
starting to sound like Eastbound was sounding earlier.
Oh, hello. I think
I'm
I'm wondering if it's a Discord problem because it started to get a little choppy with just about everyone today. Um, but yeah, let me put this up on the screen. There is the Valley Line West and Valley Line Southeast and existing LRT. Okay, so well, I have one question first.
no.
No, go ahead. What's
Yes.
your correction?
Real quick, I want to point out Valley Line Southeast is also already existing. That is the part of the Valley Line that is currently in operation.
Okay,
The part that I commuted on for a while.
it looks like
Valley Line West is currently the other. Hmm?
it looks like
Go ahead.
the Valley Line Southeast and the other part of the existing LRT are running like very close to parallel in what I assume is downtown. Is that sort of a trick of the drawing here? Which I was going to ask why it looks like it was drawn with crayons as well. But I know
It's
not
a
everyone
trick of
can.
the drawing. I don't actually know if this is official or not. This might actually be a very small inset image on like a PDF or something. That little branch that you see going straight up after branching off the thing there, that's the metro line as it branches off at McEwen and goes up towards Nate. For some reason, they don't show the curve at the very end. The line that goes straight through the whole thing and has that weird blob that represents the bridge over the North Saskatchewan. That's the capital line. That's the main line, as I like to call it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since it actually ran alongside the old Canadian National Passenger main downtown for that diagonal section.
Neat.
Um, But yeah, the light blue is the currently in operation Valley Line, what they call the Valley Line Southeast. The other half, the Valley Line West, is what's being built. And uh, unfortunately, my tabs keep like splitting in half. One half freezes, the other half is like still moving. I'm
Hmm.
trying to find some pictures of the current construction, but it is going really well. It is shockingly quickly moving. There, I, I was surprised at how much of the bridges around the West Edmonton Mall section were like done the last few times I went through there. And as it turns out, the entire viaduct section is now finished in terms of like
Nice.
building the bridge. They'll still have to lay track. They'll still have to build the stations, but the viaduct itself, the big concrete like sections of the viaduct, are all in place now. And
Pretty cool.
considering how much people waffle on about how slow projects like these are, that's shocking.
It's nice to be able to see the progress, you know. And I think that's what gets a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
is, and this might be part of something bigger, right? I have just like a me gripe, which is that I'm one of the poor saps that works 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, which means that I never see construction. I just I suffer from it when they're closing lanes on the highway in the middle of the night because that's the only time they can do it because traffic volumes are low. But I never see like people out there working on a building. When I was in New York, my hotel room overlooked an active construction site, and I really wanted to take a picture the day we got there, and then another picture the day we left. I did take a picture the day we got there. Guess what I forgot to do? So I have a before picture and no after picture, which unfortunately tells me absolutely nothing. Um, but
Right. So
point of fact is, I got to see work getting done, which isn't something that most people tend to see because they are also at work.
admittedly, one thing that I should point out is that I often see these things when I'm out and about in Edmonton on my off days because I'm part time. Fun
Mm-hmm.
fact: I'm actually it in 2 days' time. I will have worked at my current job for an entire year.
Hey, congrats! I remember
Yeah,
when
it's
you got
cool.
that job. I can't believe it's been a year.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, here is a render of a bridge that I often end up passing underneath on many of my journeys into Edmonton because it's on Groat Road. Uh,
Groat
or
Road.
it goes over Groat Road, which is in a big valley.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually not far from the original. I believe it was Grand Trunk Pacific, Riverside line that went through downtown.
Did somebody just
It's
steal my
not.
intermodal cars? What?
Nope, these are cars that I've had
I
I'm running
I was
around with.
confused for a
no,
second. I
not
forgot we
you.
were still playing the game.
I looked down. I've been shunting intermodal cars, and I just looked down, and where where did they? I swear there were more of them. No, wait. No. This is on me. I screwed up. I uncoupled weird. Carry on, Brian.
Unfortunately, I don't have any good photos, but here is an image that I found from a global news thing showing the completion of the concrete of the flyover that goes west Epsom Mall, which you can see in the background. There's a pyramid there, not a bass pro, but a pyramid shape.
I'm getting a little bit out of this. I see that now that is a big crane,
It's not Bass Pro Shops.
but it could be.
Uh, uh
Oh,
oh,
we're super
I
losing
think
Brian
we're
now
starting
too.
to break up again. I can't tell.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know what's up with Discord today. It's been a really rough day for this. I guess how long have we been at this thing? We have been going for an hour and 40 minutes, which
Oh, hang
at
on.
in about five
There's one
minutes.
more thing I want to share.
Okay,
There's is something that I'm really excited about. Am I breaking up or not?
you are breaking up just a little.
Hello.
Yep. Can you hear me? I think the show may be prematurely ended by Discord having a complete
I can
meltdown.
hear you, but you're still breaking up somewhat.
Okay. Ryan, can you hear us both okay?
I can hear Alice okay, Brian not so much.
That's unfortunate.
Well, no, it's not. Hang on.
Brian, I think I'm going to have to cut you short here because we cannot understand you.
Wait, no. Hang on.
What?
Hang on.
You going to divine some more internet?
Is it okay now?
Just barely.
I feel like our different sections are lagging behind each other.
Yeah, I think
so
that...
I'm getting responses 3 seconds after I talk.
Yeah, I believe that is also what is happening. We are experiencing significant latency. And I don't know what it is. I hope it's not rolling line.
Oh, you guys, you're coming through clear now. I haven't heard Ryan talk. So.
Well, I haven't. I've been letting you do the talking.
Ryan's been suspiciously quiet, actually.
Well,
Ryan, what is it you're doing over there?
Oh, right now I'm kind of just one of my favorite activities is not necessarily concerning myself with building a process from the pre-made cars, but from usually the cars that are already spawned in the map. So I'm currently at the whatever industry this is. I think this is like a phosphate quarry. So I'm collecting the phosphate. I don't even know what these are. Containers. Like this is funky. So I'm collecting them with my charitably archaic tank engine.
Okay. Oh, I keep dropping the remote. So Brian,
I think everything is back to normal now.
Okay. Let's test it. When I say test, you say test. Test.
Test.
Test.
That was a long delay for Brian's test.
Real quick though, I do want
Something's going on.
While we have some quality.
Yep, I can at least understand you.
Quality, I want to point out the last thing.
Go ahead.
And that, right. That is, the Edmonton Valley Line is getting new trains, and they're not Alstoms.
Oh? Who's building them?
They are, in fact, Hyundai Rotem.
Okay, yeah, okay. We mess with them. The MBTA uses them for a lot of things. That's cool. I definitely don't have I don't have anything negative to say about them, so that's good.
Unfortunately, it is not Stadler superiority or Siemens, but Hyundai Rotem, definitely good.
Yeah, no,
Hyundai makes good cars. I trust this.
I think we're gonna have a good time with them. All right, I'm going to finish. I'm gonna try to finish owning my train here. But Brian, thank you for coming on the show. And Diver's got his hand up. We'll do one more little piece of news. Welcome. We'll do one more little piece of news or something, and then we'll bring the whole house in, and we'll do latest train and Amtrak.
Oh boy.
Oh my God. Oh, maybe it is my Discord because I heard that after I kicked Brian out. Or something's going on. Something is definitely going on. All right. Yeah, Ryan, we'll do one more here. Thank you for being my my co-pilot on this episode.
Hey, it's always my pleasure.
What's up, Diver?
Oh, I just want to say I'm doing clapped out railroading 101.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we should keep hands for the news and things. But with that in mind, oh, we've got one more. Oh, nope, it's gone. Never mind. It came and it went. Ryder had his hand up for a split second.
Are we looking for one more piece of news, or are we going to move?
My apologies, that was entirely on my end.
Lord, that's so loud. All right, welcome to the show, Ryder.
Sorry, I have zero audio control on my end. My headset is a fucking job site headset.
What?
Hello from Durango, Colorado.
Hello, comrade. How are things on the good old Durango and Silverton?
Fucking kill me now. I hate lapping valves.
Is the DNS what you've come here to talk about, or do you have a different piece of railroad news to share?
Oh, sure, I'll talk about the DNS. The couple of big line items for us recently are the 481 is nearing completion of her oil burning conversion and what turned into a somewhat major boiler overhaul.
Oh, wow.
So the original plan, which is a little before my time with the railroad, was that she was basically just to receive the oil burning conversion. She still had about 600 days left on the ticket.
Mm-hmm.
We have a high enough operational tempo that we can squeeze those out prior to the 15-year deadline. By the way, shout out to the 482. She completed 205 service days this year.
Wow. That's a lot of service days.
For a 100-year-old locomotive, yeah, no kidding. Oh, that injector was so shot. Yeah, but 481 is nearing completion. A couple of our guys just got.
Oh, you were super muffled all of a sudden.
Sorry, I think my headset moved.
Yeah, put it back where it was. It was actually quite clear.
All right, is that better?
It is a little bit better, yeah.
All right. A couple of our guys actually were able to get the first course of superheater coils back in on Thursday and Friday, and I expect that'll probably be at least near completion by the end of the week.
Okay.
482 so far is doing pretty well on her annual, so we're expecting those two to be our polar engines this year. So if any of the listeners are doing some rail fanning up the Animus Valley, you can expect to see the 481 and 482 together.
Wow.
Not together, but double heading season is over until May. Thank God.
I was gonna say, like, oh, you get two sequential engines together. That's fun, but okay, you just mean both in service.
Both in service. We did have a very high density of double heading operations this year, but the DNS, we don't operate locomotives on a as we feel like it basis. It's on a per need basis. So if the consist is, say, smaller than 10 cars, then if we can get away with a K28, we're throwing a K28 at it. If it's going to be 15 cars, it's going to be a 36 and the 493 if she hasn't shut the bed again for the 5th time this year.
Oof. That thing is eating springs, is it not? Or has that problem passed?
Two of them. That problem was more the beginning of the season, as well as some fun with crown brasses on the 82. They were she had just come off of her Form 4, and she was having teething troubles.
I see.
It's gonna happen. Fitchburg. Both of the operating K28s have been oil fired for quite some time. The only one that is not is the 478, and that's just because she hasn't run since 2018. But she is the last on the docket for the oil burning conversion.
Wow, you guys are
it is
getting through those.
It makes life so much easier. The 82 was the last in the active rotation that was coal burning. 486 still technically is, but she's the current museum queen. She's getting ready to just. Well, not even ready. She's just been vibing for the past couple of years.
Yep. That's where
But
she was when I saw her.
It makes so my position there has been swing shift, or as a swing mechanic. So I'm the guy that gets to fix all the shit that broke that day.
Oh, you're night shift.
And
You are the.
yes, I'm night shift.
You
I
are
am
what
the,
they
oh
call
fuck,
night
we have
shift.
to get this out. Yep, I'm a swinger.
Wait, hold on a minute.
Night Rider. Shut the fuck up.
You said it, kid, not me. All right.
Anywho.
Well, if that's the news from Durango.
So Steam Op's fun. Steam Op's fun, and in case you've been living under a rock, the RGS-20 will be spending time in our roundhouse this winter doing shenanigans. We are bracing for the foamers as we speak.
I was wondering if that was going to get brought up. It's kind of an important thing that's happening.
We've been trying not to think about it.
Well, I hope you guys have fun with Lucy. I'm gonna make the executive decision here, as my throat is really starting to get to me, and we are past 2 hours. That anyone in the audience is welcome to throw their hands up and get in here. We are going to do Latest Train and Amtrak to close out the show, as per usual. And everyone here is welcome to have a guess. I'll just give a minute or two for folks to pile in, or a second or two, really.
Hopefully Discord doesn't break this time.
I'm gonna guess. Coast Starlight, southbound.
All right, we'll do things one at a time, and we've got. I just this once. I'll let Jack and Box Miller in as well. Jack and Box Miller, you've got the same profile picture frame as Diver. All right, Latest Train and Amtrak. We'll do one at a time. Casey went first, so we'll go from the bottom up. What did you guess? Coast Starlight southbound?
Coast Starlight southbound.
The Coast Starlight to Los
idea what
Angeles,
number
11, is 11 minutes late at Eugene, Oregon. I'm checking to see if there's another one on the system. There is! Coast Starlight to Los Angeles is 27 minutes late at Santa Barbara, California. Oh shoot, I almost just ran into the train in front of me. I should probably not be driving and... Oh, hi, Diver. I should probably not be driving and doing this at the same time. All right, not the Latest Train and Amtrak. Average Fitchburg enjoyer, what is your guess?
Hello, it's me, Brian. Anyways, I'm going to take a page out of the previous episode and say northbound Texas Eagle.
Northbound Texas Eagle. I see it. The Texas Eagle to Chicago, number 22, is 2 hours and 23 minutes late. That might be the Latest Train and Amtrak. There is nothing that is in the black, but it is not the Latest Train and Amtrak. It's definitely close. All right, next up, Ryder, what is your guess?
Oh, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say the Southwest Chief.
Okay, which direction?
Eastbound.
Southwest Chief eastbound, that is train number 6, is on time at Denver, Colorado, and also 16 minutes late at Winnemucca, Nevada. So it is not train number 6. The oceans are getting narrowed down. Jacobox Miller, welcome to the show. This is your single grace in the future. You're going to have to get fan rank to get in here. But yeah, Jacobox Miller, what is your guess for Latest Train and Amtrak?
Oh, that's gonna be hard. I really don't know.
Does anyone want to
just say a random train in a random direction?
does anyone want to help Jack here?
Just pick a train, generally a long distance train. And say its direction, whether it be east, west, north, south, and one of those is your guess.
I really don't know much Amtrak's, but I'd just be like saying northbound.
Okay, you've got a direction. Does anyone want to loan Jack their second pick that they didn't get to do?
Yeah.
I was gonna say Empire Builder, but that's not northbound.
Yeah, it's
you know what? the Lakeshore's east-west though.
Oh, that's true.
I'll take. You know what? I think if he's saying northbound, why not? Let's try the downeaster.
There are no downeasters currently on the system.
Bollocks.
So that would
all right, let's try. Okay, let's try.
Cardinal.
You know what? North. Cardinal might not be running as well, but we can try it. What's that?
Let me see if I can find the Cardinal. I see the Crescent. The Cardinal. Cardinal to New York. Oh yeah, to New York City. Yeah. Okay, that's definitely it. Definitely runs east-west, but we're gonna do this anyway. Congratulations, Jack. Your train is the Cardinal. It is 8 minutes late at Rensselaer, Indiana. Not the latest train on Amtrak. Diver, what about you?
Why is that east-west?
I honestly have no bloody clue. I don't pay attention to Amtrak things. I'm just gonna say Amtrak because Amtrak's always late.
Okay, well.
Say the westbound Empire Builder.
Entire railroad.
Yes, somewhere on the railroad there's a train that is later than an hour.
That is true. That is correct.
Train.
All right.
Later than 2 hours.
In that case, I should be kicking people out as they give their guesses.
Also, one more thing for people who are enrolling Ryan playing with me right now.
Nope. In the audience, Ryan.
Yep. Let's see. I'm gonna go with a. You know what? I'm feeling daring today, so I'm gonna say a northbound northeast regional.
Okay, a northbound northeast region. I don't know what happened to my train over here. Northbound northeast regional. I'm gonna have to look through a bunch of them, but I don't think so. Northeast regional to Philadelphia, 18 minutes late at Aberdeen, and that's the only northbound northeast regional that is currently late. The latest train on Amtrak is not that, but it's very close. The Floridian to Miami, 2 hours and 41 minutes late. That's train number 41. I believe there is another train out here that is a little bit later. It is the Empire Builder to Seattle, 2 hours and 55 minutes late at Havre, Montana.
I said westbound Empire Builder as a suggestion, and he didn't take it.
We could have had a winner, but no winners today. That's right. You're all losers.
I guess I get the prize for the second best.
We don't give second place here.
I was the best of the guesses. Okay.
It's your loss for coming on this show. You've wasted another 2 hours on the Terminus podcast. Thank you all for coming.
40 minutes for me.
Shush.
I just want to say I'm thankful and I like the show there.
All right. Well, I'm glad you like the show. All right, I'm gonna boot everybody else back into the audience so that I can end the show. Except for Ryan. Except for you. You stay.
Yay.
The links to some of the things that we talked about are available in the Cargoes document in the description of this episode. There are also some other links down in there, including links to our website and to our Discord, which everyone here is welcome to join and be a part of, and visit our website and buy our unique line of steam locomotive trading cards. They're better than the Walthers ones. I have been disconnected from the server.
Yep, I've shut it down.
The train will terminate.